Maybe I should have done that louder.
Might need to go louder.
Oh, well,
That was weak.
Good investment.
good question. Harder to don't know.
He was at Ron.
So weak.
9-year-old.
Okay, let's call the city council meeting to order. It's 7:30 on Monday, May 18th. First item on the agenda is roll call.
Brown,
Here?
Risotto,
Here.
Atack,
Here.
Stark,
Here.
Chanzig,
Here.
Wolf,
Here.
Fisher,
Here.
O'Brien,
Here.
Callahan,
Here.
Homan,
Here.
Sam,
Here.
Boderman,
Here.
Saron,
Here.
McFadden.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. I apologize, I had my items 2 and items 3 mixed up there. The next item will be the invocation, and I'd ask Alderman Holman to give us the invocation, so if we could all please rise.
Please bow with me. Let us pray. As we gather tonight, we are reminded how beautiful this community is we have been given to live in, and give thanks for it. We ask this evening for guidance as we conduct the business at hand. For those that cannot be with us this evening, we ask for healing, protection, and safe travels. We remember those families in our community who have lost loved ones and ask for peace and understanding for them. We also remember those from our community who are serving both domestically and on foreign soil to protect our liberty and freedom, and ask for a special blessing upon them. Finally, we give thanks this evening for those citizens who continually go above and beyond to make our community a truly special place. Amen.
Thank you. And tonight, we're lucky enough to have the 3rd grade from Alice Gustus in school here tonight. They came down just to see how we conduct business, and then I believe tomorrow Alderman Callahan is going to go to the 3rd grade class and talk to them a little bit about how the city council operates and what the city government does. So if they could, I'd like to have them come up and just kind of come over here and conduct the Pledge of Allegiance for us. Okay, whenever you're ready, girls. Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is item number 4, items to be removed, added, or changed. Alderman Stark?
Yes, thank you, Alderman Brown. Tonight, the items to be removed, added, and changes are as follows. We are going to add, first we're going to take item G under approvals off of the consent agenda and make that item 20A. Then we are going to add to the agenda, Tri-City Family Services will be speaking. That will be now new item 4A. No, that's not right. I'm sorry, 6A. And then we're also going to hear from Lee Tracy of the Batavia Arts Council about the cemetery walk, and that will be item 6B. And those are all of the changes I have. Oh, that's not true. I'm also going to remove the administrator's report tonight, which is item number 25.
Okay, very good. Does anybody have anything else?
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Or, sorry, the items removed, added, and changed as presented.
Motion by Stark, second by Chanzig. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, we'll move on then to the consent agenda, item number 5.
Okay, tonight's consent agenda reads as follows, that we accept and place on file A, April 2015 building report, B, post-issuance tax compliance report, C, the following approvals, May 8th, 2015 payroll in the amount of $540,228,042, the accounts payable check register in the amount of $3,623,315.96, the city council minutes for April 6, 2015, resolution 15-57R accepting a plat dedicating a portion of Hamlet Street. Item G has been moved to item 20A. New item G, old item H, ordinance 15-20 annexing property at 811 Hamlet Street, and I or H, depending which way you're looking at this, approval sale of city land at the 1700 block of Hubbard Avenue. And I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by Janzik. Roll call, please.
Stark,
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
Wolf,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Aye.
Callahan,
Aye.
Homan,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Saron,
Aye.
McFadden,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Rusado,
Aye.
Atak.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Alderman Stark. Next item then is item number 6, which is matters from the public. This is a time when if anybody in the public has anything they want to address the council on that is not on the agenda, you can feel free to come up here and do so. If not, if you want to address us on something that's on the agenda, just kind of make sure you make a motion to me, and I'll recognize you during the time that that item is on the agenda. Does anybody have anything for us under matters from the public? Okay, Alderman Stark, item number 6A.
Oh, 6A. Tonight, Tri-City Family Services has come to give us a short presentation about what they do to help the Tri-City community.
Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Karen Kaplan, and I'm the marketing coordinator at Tri-City Family Services, and I'm here tonight to talk to you about your brain. Your brain may not be as sexy as your body or as easy to see, but its health is just as important. You may exercise and eat right to keep your body physically healthy, but what do you do to keep your brain healthy? Mental health services do just that. We offer programs that can help you get mentally healthy and stay mentally healthy. Mental health services can also be thought of as emotional wellness programs, because that's really what they are. They're services that address issues that everyone faces every day and that focus on achieving a range of emotional goals that include healthy thoughts, confidence, healthy choices, setting boundaries, self-compassion, and overall well-being. Tri-City Family Services has been Kane County's leading provider of counseling and other mental health services since 1967. We serve the residents of Central Kane County and neighboring Chicagoland communities. We're a nonprofit, community-based agency that does not deny services due to an inability to pay, and we accept most major insurance plans. We serve over 4,000 children, teens, adults, and seniors each year. Our experienced team of professional therapists includes 25 full and part-time licensed and certified staff. We're also very proud to have bilingual therapists and board-certified psychiatrists available to serve our clients. Tri-City Family Services offers a range of emotional wellness programs for clients of all ages. These programs include counseling, family-based treatment for eating disorders, emotional wellness workshops and support groups, and employee assistance programs. Our counseling services are designed to take the specific needs of children, teens, adults, and seniors into account. We provide counseling to individuals, couples, and families who are facing issues such as anxiety, depression, loneliness, marital discord, parenting issues, post-divorce conflicts, stress management, and many more. Our family-based treatment for eating disorders is an innovative outpatient approach that views the entire family as a resource for successful recovery, not as the cause of the eating disorder. We're one of only 3 providers in the state of Illinois that offers this program, which sees 2/3 of its clients fully recovered at the end of treatment and 75 to 90% of them maintaining a healthy weight at their 5-year follow-up. Our emotional wellness workshops are designed for children and teens who are facing emotional challenges or who want to empower themselves with improved communication skills, relationship skills, conflict resolution skills, and leadership skills. Our Bridges program offers support for children whose parents are facing divorce. Chick Chat is a day of girl empowerment for tweens. Family Connections offers family support. Smart Choices offers communication and anger management skill building. And our unique Wilderness Challenge program takes teens on a week-long adventure into the Boundary Waters area where they develop peer relationships, gain team-building experience, and learn problem-solving skills. This program is in its 26th year. Our emotional wellness support groups help adults and seniors handle the unique challenges that they face. Our groups support grandparents raising their grandchildren, single moms, and women staying at the Lazarus House. Tri-City Family Services partners with employers to help employees achieve peak performance in the workplace and at home. Our employee assistance programs are designed to help and identify and resolve productivity or behavior problems associated with employees' personal concerns to reduce the chance that the problems will negatively affect their workplace performance. Tri-City Family Services offers employee assistance services in two ways, through traditional contracts and through an a la carte employer assist program. The services include individualized counseling and coaching, mediation, critical incident response, work-life consultations, and courses provided through our training institute. And in case you didn't know, Tri-City Family Services has been providing EAP services to the city of Batavia since 1993. This year alone, 85% of city staff have received clinical services or trainings from our agency. Tri-City Family Services is always in need of your support. Whether you use our services, promote them to people that you know, attend one of our events, volunteer, or make a donation, your support is always appreciated and allows us to keep strengthening people and building community. For more information, please feel free to call us at our phone number, 630-232-1070, or check out our new website at tricityfamilyservices.org. There is a lot of information, not only about our services, but about conditions that people may face that they may need mental health services for. I have provided you with some information in a packet. We have a variety of materials, and I passed out some things to the audience. There's some more information on the table. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for her?
Dave?
Susan?
I met Karen at the annual gala, which was an amazing event, and asked her to come and speak to the city council because we don't hear very much about Tri-City Family Services. And based on who was represented at the gala, I realized that there weren't very many Batavia people there. And so I thought it would be very helpful to get Karen on camera to talk about Tri-City Family Services and the outreach programs they have. The things they do for teens, they're just amazing. And they have helped so many families in crisis all around the Tri-Cities. But I just wanted to get it out there as a reminder, since there seems to be a plethora of people that are having conflicts in their lives. So it's a great time to remind people that there is help. It's available right nearby.
Thank you.
Thank
Alderman Chanzik?
I just want to commend the organization for the work that you do. I know that mental health services tend to come with a stigma sometimes, and that's part of the roadblock some people have to seeking treatment. In my lifetime, I've sought services through Tri-City Family Services. Friends and family are better people for having gone to your organization, so I want to thank you for the hard work that you do.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to just say thank you for coming down also, and as I mentioned to you before the meeting started here tonight, I know a few people in the organization, and I've known of the organization for many and many years, and I guess unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I know a lot of people that have also had the need to seek your assistance at the Tri-City Family Services, and without your help, I don't know where things would have gone for them. So it's a very good organization, and for those that are listening, if there's anything they can do, it's purely a donation-run business, right?
It is a nonprofit.
Nonprofit. So for anybody that can help out, your phone number again is 232-1070. And is there any other way to get a hold of you? Your website?
The website is available. There's a donation page on there for doing that online. Our lobster fly-in, we're selling lobsters in time for Father's Day. It's a great way to, all the proceeds go to our organization. We'll be having a golf outing in September, so get your foursomes together. It's also another big fundraiser for the agency. With cuts in social services coming down the line, we really need community support in order to keep our programs up and running.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming down. Alderman Stark, item 6B, do you have anything for that?
I do. Tonight, Lee Tracy is here on behalf of the Batavia Arts Council, and he is going to speak for 3 minutes on the Batavia Cemetery Walk. He assured me it was 3 minutes and 3 minutes only.
It's too bad we don't have a visual.
Yeah.
There we go. There it goes. Okay. So I I'm Lee Tracy. I'm here representing the Batavia Arts Council Board, and I just want to update the City Council on what the Batavia Arts Council is doing. We were established in 2010, and our major purpose has sort of developed over the last 3 years to focus primarily on funding of grants and scholarships to Batavia artists and arts organizations. And we're very proud of the fact that we have doubled the amount of our contributions over the last 3 years. So in 2013, we funded the Batavia High School and Middle School art program, ceramics program at $500. In 2014, we funded Water Street Studios and the Batavia Artists Association Art Flow Project in the elementary schools at $750. Fox Valley Orchestra for the Messiah concert at Batavia Fine Arts Center at $250. And next month, we will be awarding grants in the amount of $2,500. Now, in order to do that, we have a number of fundraising events, and I distributed a brochure which outlines those and ways in which sponsors can provide support. But on June 14th, we will be doing a West Side Cemetery walk, and I'll return to that. On June 28th, we'll be doing a Grease movie sing-along and car show with a variety of activities in the high school parking lot and Batavia Fine Arts Center. On July 19th, we'll be doing I think it's the 3rd annual or 4th annual polo tournament at Blackberry Polo Field at the Alexander Farm on Bliss Road. And on September through October, we're doing our 3rd annual Halloween Hooligans Contest. In November, we're doing the 2nd annual Holiday Online Gift Auction. And in December, we'll be presenting an original play by Batavia playwright Donna Latham at Shannon Hall, the Park District East Side Center. This is an interesting play, A Midnight Clear, regarding the Christmas truce of 1914. So tonight, let me focus specifically on the cemetery walk. And I have had some phone and email communication with Deputy Chief Autreith, Bill Kellum at the Street Department. We filed a special events application, and we have recently received an event permit from Jeff Albertson. I'm here specifically this evening to ask the City Council to sponsor our West Side Cemetery Walk on Flag Day, June 14th, the West Side Cemetery from 2 to 4 p.m. That's going to be a very busy day. I understand that there is from 4 to 7 on that day on the Riverwalk,
Ice cream social.
Thank you. An ice cream social. I'm getting old. I can't remember anything. An ice cream social and support for the whatever it is.
Batavia Fireworks.
Thank you, Batavia Fireworks. There's also, I understand, on that same day, a triathlon, which may take place. So there's all kinds of activities that people can take part in. So I appreciate your support, and whatever support you can give to us, that would be great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Anybody have any questions for Lee? All right, thanks, Lee. We'll see you
Good.
downtown.
Good, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move on then with item number 7, which is presentation by the Batavia Main Street. Alderman Simon, you're gonna handle that tonight?
Yes, I will. If anybody's been paying attention to WGN this past week, we had an awesome opportunity to be on the Battle of the Burbs. I think it was on Friday. So Main Street was proud to represent Batavia with the City of Batavia's Mayor Schelke and Batavia's Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Holly Deachman. We didn't win, but we came in second, if I'm not mistaken. And some of the competitions that they participated in were sumo wrestling or rolling a sumo through the grass, and a lip syncing contest, which if you haven't had a chance to watch it, Google it or find it on WGN's website, and you get to see the mayor lip sync, which is a treat.
I wasn't going to show these, but I thought,
Yeah, you have to show them.
I'm down to my last 2 months here, so why not?
There you go.
Just a couple of photos of Holly and I in the studio before the event took place. This is the first team that we were up against was Evanston, so this was their group. They actually had their downtown group, their Chamber of Commerce, as well represented, so it was actually really fun. And we did a lip sync, so I'm not going to show you that, but but at least you can kind of see what our competition looked like. Tracker was one of the judges for the lip sync, gave us a 9, but the Angry Sports Guy gave us a 10 that turned into a 0. So it was very sad, but it's okay, we forgive them for it. And then actually, we originally had Holly in the suit. She was suited up, ready to go, and then they said that rather than the two sumo wrestlers kind of running into one another and seeing who would knock off whom, it turned out that they wanted the other 2 members to roll the person down in the suit from one end of the field to the next. So then they said, "Oh, Joy, you're the lightest one. You should be in the suit instead." So I don't actually have a picture of me in the suit because we had 4 minutes before we went live to get me into it. So I don't know if somebody took a photo. Hopefully they did not. But it is online, so that'll be there forever. This was, again, the Orland Park team that we were up against for that game. Again, it was the 2 of them that were supposed to be there, and then, of course, another lady entered into the suit instead because she was the tiny one out of their team. And then this is us with, if you're familiar with the show, it's Anna Belivar who hosts the Around Town, and she actually hosted the games. So it was very nice of her to spend some time with us. And one of the last challenges was we put Holly up against the rest of the teams to basically try and throw the ball at the dunk tank, at which Orland Park was the volunteer for that, and the Northwestern Wildcat was the one that actually ended up putting him into the water. So just some photos for you guys to enjoy, and there's more on the website and the Main Street Facebook page too. So.
On to more Main Street information. This past month in April, we had 105 Main Street volunteers donate 264 hours for planning meetings and programs. As part of our ongoing retention meetings, Main Street met with 2 businesses last month to learn about them and helping them grow. Tomorrow, BEI and Walgreens will be doing a demo event on site at 122 West Wilson Street. From 12 to 1. Following will be a reception at the dock. Banna Nutrition has a ribbon cutting scheduled on Wednesday, May 20th at 4 p.m. at 144 West Wilson Street, so make sure to pop in then. HC Storm will also have a ribbon cutting of their outdoor learning center on Tuesday, May 26th at 9 a.m. Let's see, looking ahead, so you can get out your calendars and start marking down some dates for the summer. On July 25th, we'll be hosting our annual Cocktails in the Park event, which is held in what we call Appleton Park, which is right on this side of our beautiful building here, right on the river. This is our third year? Yes, right, no, fourth year. So it's an awesome evening. It's a fundraiser for Batavia Main Street, so make sure you get your tickets and come out. All are welcome to attend Batavia Main Street's annual meeting and update on Wednesday, June 10th at 5 p.m. at Pal Joey's. There you'll hear from the Board of Directors about Main Street's current activities, as well as who will be joining our board as new members this year. And there will be appetizers and refreshments served. Starting on June 6th, we will be celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Batavia Farmers Market. So, since we've moved to River Street, it's been booming, and it is going to continue to grow this year. We have even more vendors, and we are including the Artisan Collective once a month, as well as Batavia United Way is going to host kids' activity every other week. So different organizations from our community are going to come and represent in a kids' booth. So bring your kids down, and there'll be plenty of activities for them to do down at the farmers market. Speaking of the Artisan Collective, the next one will be held on Wednesday, May 20th, so 2 days from now, at 6 p.m. inside Gaetano's on the lower level. So if you haven't been to Gaetano's, it's a perfect excuse to go over there and check it out. And lastly, we need your help. Main Street is seeking partnerships at all levels for the Art in Your Eye Festival this year. Joy passed out information, and I'm sure she has extra ones if anybody in the audience wants it. This year with partners, they will receive art bucks that can be spent on site with any of the exhibiting artists. So with your sponsorship dollars, you basically get a rebate to go spend on the art at the show. Partners will also have access to the break room and the artist reception Saturday, August 15th at 5 p.m. To find out more about what we do, or if you want to get involved with the community, contact Batavia Main Street at 630-761-3528 or visit www.downtownbatavia.com.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. Anybody have any questions for Jamie or Joy? Okay, thank you. All right, then we're going to move on to item number 8, which is a presentation from the Batavia Park School Hall of Honor Awards. Do we have anybody here from the school? We don't, okay. All right, then we're going to move right on then to item number 9, which is a presentation on the USS Illinois. Alderman Callahan, do you want to open that up a little bit? I know you've been pretty active in that.
Yes, I do. I have the honor of introducing former Commander Bob Kuntz of the USS Key West. He's currently retired, but he had a successful career commanding the USS Key West, a nuclear-powered fast attack submarine. He also was the executive officer, chief engineer, and various division officer assignments. Additionally, after commanding the Key West, he served as a senior member of the Pacific Fleet Nuclear Propulsion Examining Board, where he led a team of engineers inspecting all of the Pacific Fleet's nuclear-powered aircraft carriers and submarines. He holds a BS in electrical engineering from the University of Illinois, a master's in national security strategic studies from the Naval War College, and an MBA from Northwestern University Kellogg School of Management. He retired from the Navy in 2011 at the rank of commander, and all of this, he graduated from a small Illinois school, and his graduating class was 28, and was able to command a nuclear submarine. So he will be presenting the nation's latest nuclear submarine, the USS Illinois, which is the first ship named after Illinois since the battleship in 1898. And I'm proud to say that Batavia has a pretty good connection with the USS Illinois already. There was a ship crest design that was open to all the students in the state of Illinois. And the top 2 finalists, or the top 5 finalists, 2 of them were from Batavia. And Hannah Frazier, I know, was not able to make it tonight. Angela Anderson, are you here? Come on up, please. Angela was recognized earlier this year in April with the governor and the USS Commissioning Committee, and got a message from the ship's sponsor, which is the First Lady, Michelle Obama. So we would like to say congratulations, and we appreciate the work that you have done.
Thank you, Alderman.
Commander.
I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you tonight. It's exciting to be able to come and do my mission, which is to spread the word about the USS Illinois. It's hard to follow sumo rolling. It's a tough act. I'm going to do my best. I know you have a lot of work tonight. I'll be brief, and I'll point you in the direction of more information. And we'll leave behind some information that you can get off the table back here and get a hold of us, and I'd be glad to come and speak at any other opportunity, because we are on a mission. I'm a volunteer member of the USS Illinois Commissioning Committee. Bruce Weigel's here with me, also on that committee. And I found another submariner in the audience. Steve Reichers back there is also a former submariner, so we're going to recruit him into the job. But our mission is to spread the word about USS Illinois. As Alderman Callahan stated, it's the first United States warship named after this great state in over 100 years. It's something we should be very proud of. A little bit of facts for people that are fact-based. 13th Virginia-class submarine. She's approximately 377 feet long, 7,500 tons. If you've been to the Museum of Science and Industry and seen the U-505, that's about a sixth of the size of this nuclear-powered submarine. The nuclear propulsion plant is designed to last for over 33 years without refueling. Wouldn't you like to have that in your car? It's an amazing piece of equipment. I've been to sea on the USS North Carolina, USS Texas, some other fast attack Virginia-class submarines. They are amazing warships. They do cost $2.5 billion of your taxpayer dollars, but they are a strategic asset that this country very much needs. And I could tell you some stories about why they're so important, but then I'd have to kill you. So I'm not going to do that. But very, very important to strategically positioning our country for the next 30 to 40 years. So it's something we should be proud of as a state. A little bit about the commissioning. What happens is traditionally at a time when the shipbuilder turns over the ship to the Navy and it officially becomes on the Naval Register, there's a ceremony to mark that time. And that's going to happen hopefully this year, perhaps into 2016. But for the USS Illinois, that commissioning event is going to be very exciting because it's going to be a time when we can celebrate the completion of a 3.5 to 4 year building cycle, put the ship into the Naval Register, send it to sea where it belongs, doing its job for us. You can get involved in that. You can join our committee. You can donate your time and your resources to that. I can't promise you a ride on the USS Illinois, but I can tell you when I was in command of USS Key West, I took the 721 Club, which is a support club for the USS Chicago. I took men and women from the city of Chicago that are part of that club out to sea for a day. We went down underneath the water. We went as deep as 800 feet. I can't tell you any more than that. We went faster than 25 knots. That's approximately 28 miles per hour. And we had a great time. And we surfaced and we came back. So there is opportunity to get involved. You can come to the commissioning. It's going to be a great event. The First Lady will be there. Dignitaries will be there. And it's a wonderful week-long celebration of this milestone in this ship's life. So that's it. We're out to spread the word. We're just a bunch of volunteers that love the Navy, love the submarine force, and love the state of Illinois. We have a website. It's on some brochures there, but I'll make sure I get it right. www.ussillinois.org. You can go there, learn all about it. There's videos on there and news clips. WGN's had reporters on board. Some great video if you haven't seen that. And I hope that you can decide to get involved in some way. If I can be of any service to you, please let me know. And we'll come and speak. Like I said, I will go anywhere and talk to anyone to spread the word about this ship because I'm very proud of it. So, and from there, I'll just open the floor to questions.
Anybody have any questions?
Unclassified.
If you ever need a place to dock it, we can get one in the.
Bring it up to Fox.
We had it out here on April 1st.
It's got to be at least 39 feet deep, so can we dredge it?
Well, thank you for coming down and spreading the word. It's obviously a very important thing that you're doing. And after talking with Alderman Callahan this morning, I got on the internet and I Googled up, USS Illinois, and I watched some of the videos, and it's an amazing ship. And to think about what these men and women do for us out there, the time they spend underwater, it's just amazing. And one of the things I found amazing too was a lot of the servicemen they've been a part of the shipbuilding. They're there, they're a part of it. And when you think about it, they need to be, because when they're out there on one of these missions that you can't talk about and something's going wrong with the ship, you can't call the factory and say, send me a serviceman. Right. So these guys got to know this thing inside and out, I imagine. So it's good to know you guys are out there protecting us. Thank you.
We actually have a Batavian in service right now in the Navy that's going into the nuclear program. That ought to be graduating about the time this hits the water.
Great. Well, he should try to get on board.
Lauren Kearney. So that'd be really an interesting connection.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to get on to some city business here, which is, the first item is item number 10, proclamation for the Public Works Week. And Alderman Stark, you're going to present that for us?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. Let me just pull it up. Okay, the proclamation it's declaring National Public Works Week from May 17th to 23rd, 2015, and it reads as follows. Whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as streets, water, wastewater, and electric, and whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services, and whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials, and whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitudes and understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now therefore, I, Jeffrey D. Shelkey, Mayor of the City of Batavia, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through 23rd, 2015 as National Public Works Week in the City of Batavia, and I call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions which public works officials make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life on this 18th day of May 2015, signed Jeffrey D. Shelkey, Mayor.
Thank you. Make that in the form of a motion.
I move that we accept the proclamation as read.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by, who did the second? Janzik. Roll call.
Stark.
Aye.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Sam.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Motion's passed. Thank you. Gary, you got something on?
Thank you. Yeah, this is just my annual chance to say thank you to the men and women of the Public Works Department. Every day they're out there working very hard, and I really appreciate everything that they do for this town to improve everyone's quality of life. It's also my annual chance to promote Truck Tales, which is the annual preschool reading event. We're going to be doing that tomorrow at the library, 10 o'clock in the morning, where we get together with preschoolers and we read stories about public works, and then they get to go out and touch a truck. We'll have a snowplow out there that they can all climb on. So, and that event's tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you. And on behalf of the mayor, I know he couldn't be here tonight. He's at a CMAP event. But I just want to pass on my thanks and appreciation to the men of Public Works. Like you say, they're the guys that are out there when it snows. They're the guys that get called when the leaves are on the curb and it's raining for 5 days and they still got to pick up the leaves. They're the guys that do it. They're the guys that get in and get it done. So
Thank you.
please extend our appreciation.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, item number 11, which is approval of the Class F liquor license and waiver of fees for Main Street fundraiser. Alderman Stark.
I also have that. The Batavia Police Department conducted an updated investigation and background check on Batavia Main Street, a non-for-profit corporation that's located at 4.5 West Wilson Street, and its executive director, Joy Cotero, and to see if they might be suitable to receive a one-day temporary outdoor Class F liquor license with entertainment for a special event, which is Cocktails in the Park, on the River Walk behind City Hall on Saturday, July 25th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. The police department found no problems, and that they recommend that we approve this liquor license, and also they have asked if we would waive the fee, and so we are also waiving the fee for this liquor license. So I move that we approve the Class F liquor license and waive fees for Main Street's fundraiser Cocktails in the Park, 7/25/15.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by Janzik. Roll call, please.
Stark.
Aye.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Sam.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atak.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Next item is item number 12, Alderman Stark, I'm sorry.
Yep. The next thing is approval for another liquor license. This is now for Batavia Main Street's Art in Your Eye. Again, same people were background checked, Batavia Main Street and its executive director, and to make sure that they'd be suitable to receive a 3-day temporary outdoor Class F liquor license with entertainment for a special event, which is Art in Your Eye Festival, on the Riverwalk in front of City Hall from Friday, August 14th, 5 p.m. through Sunday, August 16th at 10 p.m. They found no problems, and they, Batavia Main Street, again, is requesting that we waive the liquor license fee. So I would recommend it, council, and I make the motion that we approve a Class F liquor license for Batavia Main Street, Art in Your Eye, 8/14 through 16th, 2015.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by Janzik. Roll call, please.
Stark.
Aye.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Sam.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atak.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Alderman Stark, item number 13.
You know, I have to say that it either looks like we have a really good time in Batavia or we all drink a lot. I can't decide.
The answer is yes.
Okay, the next one is a Class F liquor license application by the Park District for the 2015 Windmill City Festival. And Batavia Park District applied for a liquor license, an outdoor Class F special event, not-for-profit liquor license with live entertainment in the city of Batavia to operate a beer garden at the Windmill City Festival at and actually, this is no longer correct. It is no longer at Engstrom Park, so we need to amend the motion.
It has been, Gary, do you know, Chief? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, so the police department checked the applicant and Rita Cruz Hanks and Tammy LaFleur, and they are Bassett certified, and they will supervise the liquor sales. And they did not request that we waive the fee.
Yes, they do.
Yes, I did.
They did?
It's
I
in
don't
there.
see that.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, I see it. Okay, so the Batavia Park District has asked that all fees be waived. So I would make a motion that we approve the Class F liquor license for the Batavia Park District Windmill City Festival from July 9th through 12th, 2015, amending it so that it reads now that it is going to be at the Riverwalk.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by Janzik. Roll call, please.
Stark.
Aye.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Sam.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atak.
Aye.
Okay, motion's been carried. Let me just say it again, that because it was in the Batavia Magazine, and it's been kind of put out there that the festival was going to be at the Engstrom Park, but because Houston Street's been delayed, we're able to keep it downtown, which is very important to the downtown businesses, so I guess there's something good to come out of a delay of Houston Street. Okay, so we'll go on then to item number 14, Alderman Stark.
Okay, this one is a Class F liquor license application by the Batavia Park District for the 2015 Chili Cook-Off. And this time, the Park District has asked us if they can receive an outdoor Class F special event, not-for-profit liquor license in the city of Batavia to sell liquor at the Chili Cook-Off at the Peg Bond Center on the Riverwalk on Saturday, July 25th, 2015, from noon to 5. And again, no problems were found, so and we are also waiving the fees. And I would recommend to council and make the motion that we approve the Class F liquor license for the Batavia Park District Chili Cook-Off, 7/25/15.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by Janzik. Roll call.
And before I take this vote, I need to ask the city attorney a question. The last three motions have not included the waiver fees. Do we need to go back and waive the fees?
They have waived fees.
They have in the announcement, but not in the actual motion. Do we need to go back and waive the fees? No, we're good with that. All right, just wanted to double check and make sure. All right, Stark.
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Sam.
Aye.
Botterman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Item number 15, Alderman Stark.
Okay, this time we have a Batavia Main Street event. They are asking for a Class F special event license for the Batavia Triathlon. Again, the background checks were done and everything came back fine. There will be two Batavia Main Street volunteers, Dave Peterson and Jamie Sam, who are Bassett certified and are going to be supervising the liquor portion of the event. And so they again have asked that, I am looking, this one, I
vote
don't
on this?
see that the fees were waived. Okay, so this one, I would make a motion that we approve the Class F liquor license E3 event by Batavia Triathlon, which is a city event on 6/7/15.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by Chanzik. Jamie, do you know, were they looking for, Chief, were they looking for a waiver of fees on this and it just didn't get put on here?
Just to clarify, the triathlon itself is being run and managed by E3 Events LLC. They are not a not-for-profit corporation. So
We don't.
Main Street, specifically Joy, we talked to Joy and she graciously volunteered Main Street to be serving the liquor, actually giving the liquor away. So that portion of the event in return, the triathlon making a donation to Main Street. So that's what we have before it. But to answer your question, the triathlon has not specifically asked for the fee to be waived.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay,
Excuse me, they do reimburse the city for city workers, for police and public works, that sign in, always have.
so I guess it would be appropriate to waive the fees, should we choose to?
Traditionally, we waive fees for not-for-profit, it's not a not-for-profit.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
one we don't do it for.
Okay.
So it's your call, but that's the guidelines we use.
All right, so we got a motion and a second on the floor, roll call please.
Stark.
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Sam.
Abstain.
Botterman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Okay, motion's carried, 13 yes, 1 abstention.
Dave, I have a question. Are they giving liquor away at this event, and isn't that against our code now?
It's part
It's
of
part
the.
of-
It's
Part of the
part of the
fee.
fee, it's part of the fee to be in the race.
And
So
that
they've
was-
already paid.
Okay.
It's like a ticket price.
For some.
Do we need the chief to explain it a little clearer, or
Yeah.
city attorney?
That is part of
Yes.
it.
This is how they've operated it, you know, as part of the registration fee, each participant gets one free, or they get one free drink at the end of the race if they choose to. And it's contained in a fenced-off area, as we've done in years past. So it is perfectly legal because it's part of the registration fee.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, we're going to move on to item number 16, and that is ordinance 14-60, levy ordinance on an SSA number 4. Alderman Atack?
Okay, thanks, Alderman Brown. The city has been maintaining detention areas and open areas that are part of a number of subdivisions around town. And last year, about the same time, staff identified 6 areas where we're spending maybe around $1,000. Some of them aren't quite $1,000 a year. They're probably only, there are many subdivisions around town where the city is doing maintenance, but there are about 6 where we're spending about $1,000 annually. So staff proposed that we form SSAs and initiate a levy on these these 6 ordinances that we're talking about tonight for these subdivisions. Well, we last November we talked about it. Cow approved the ordinances, and then City Council voted it down and decided that we needed more time to discuss the issue, given that we're considering a stormwater utility, and there were some other things going on. So we decided to investigate it, and we tabled it until this May. Well, it turns out that if we initiate the levies at this time, it doesn't work with next year's taxing requirements. So staff is recommending that we actually deny these levies, and then I'm going to recommend that we revisit. I'm going to ask an alderman to support me in asking staff to revisit this maybe in 60 days. So are there any questions?
Lucy, just point of clarification, I think one of the reasons why they're recommending the denial is because we're still having the conversation about the stormwater utility.
That too, yes.
And should we enact a stormwater utility, that would be something, these properties that we're talking about could be included in that utility as far
Right.
as maintenance goes.
Which was a lot of the reason why we tabled the conversation. So, so staff is recommending that we deny these ordinances.
So we need to do one at a time.
Right. All right. I move that we adopt ordinance 14-60, a levy ordinance for SSA number 4, Wild Meadow Subdivision Unit 4.
Second.
Motion by Atack, second by Stark, for recommendation of approval of 14-60. Keep in mind, if you vote yes, that means it gets approved. If you vote no, that it gets voted down. Alderman Cerrone?
There's people that may want to address the council.
Okay. Is there anybody in the audience that wants to address the council on these? Please come up and use the mic, give us your name and address. Thanks, Nick.
All right, yeah. Thank you. My name is Steve Rakers, 472 Ridgelawn Trail here in Batavia. So I know the city council has all the right intentions of doing the work for the city. When these letters came out to us last November, they really angered a lot of homeowners. I only know of the 5 subdivisions that were affected. I don't know of the 6th. So one neighbor talked to 2, and the word got around. And I know it's not the city's intention to upset the homeowners and to raise concerns. So we met and started talking about this, trying to get over our frustrations and our emotions of what was happening and where we've been living for 20 years plus, of suddenly, being asked to now, pay a lawn care bill for maintaining city property. We worked through all the emotional items and came down to that we really needed to reason with the city and hope to come back in front of you and present logical reasons why this really wasn't the best thing to do to homeowners here in Batavia. Over really for the city, a little bit of money, but for homeowners, money that matters. Long story short, we got well into this, quite a few homeowners, and we found out there's in fact an Illinois statute that tells us, really how this is supposed to work. I printed copies to pass around to the council and as well as the city administration that basically says that if we get 51% of homeowner approval on a petition, that the city cannot impose an SSA on homeowners. So we set out and went door to door, and in those 5 subdivisions that we knew of, 2 of them I know we had 98% signatures, and the other 3 are probably 60-65% as of today. So I think the message is homeowners don't want this put on us. I know there's a lot of fairness issues at stake and things like that. It's not fair, but it's also not fair to us to have to now, after living for so long in a property, to have to face that. To validate what we were reading, I called down to the state of Illinois, to the property tax division, talked to a few people there, got transferred over to the legal department, spoke to a legal representative, who really said to me to confirm our reading. He says it's really very clear. It says what it says, and then there's highlighting says about funding or raising an SSA. So ours, although it exists today on our tax bills, it's not funded and the balance is 0. So the city or the state referred to it as a perpetual lien that cities are tending to want to put on homeowners' homes by enacting these SSAs. So the state of Illinois doesn't look upon these very favorably either. So we have the petition signed. You know, we didn't know what the expectation would be tonight to pass this or not pass it. We could revisit it again in 60 days if the council wants to do that, but I guess what I want to let you know is we have the required signatures according to that Illinois statute to shoot this down on 5 of those 6 subdivisions. So, thank you. So I wanted to present.
All right, thank you. But- Anybody else have anything they want to address the council on with this? Please come up and use the mic.
Hi, my name is Sharon Gaden. I live at 1115 Wind Energy Pass. I've lived there for the past 16 years, of which the past 15 years I have maintained our secondary drainage system. Nobody from the city has come out to do anything on that. I think last year, about the time that this was going to come up for vote in September, I think it was, they finally came out and raked the leaves out of there. I had been doing it for the prior 15 years. And we have a primary basin that has now filled with sediment. We are at higher risk for flooding there since, and there has never been any talk about doing that. I have no problem with the city maybe assessing us to mow the grass in those areas that you might consider something that makes our subdivision nicer than others, that we have those open areas. But those open areas are for stormwater drainage. And if the leaves block up the storm on Route 25, the city comes out and they clean those out so that those people don't flood. So I have, would be very upset if we're assessed to maintain those drainage areas that the council and building and whatever approved those the way they are. You know, we had no say over how our drainage is in that subdivision. The city determined that, and then we're gonna be asked to be assessed whenever, like, big costs come up with maintaining that the way it is. I have a problem with that. I've lived in Ohio for the previous 25 years of my life and never once had any public area or any storm sewage thing been assessed against individual subdivisions. It was always, you know, taken care of as a part of the city budget. I have never seen that before, where things that are public, you know, drainage for stormwater, be assessed against individual areas just because that is the way those are designed now. So I really have a problem with that. I can see maybe the mowing of those areas, but not the maintenance of those. And like I said, well, I'm just saying that if, you know, I could see that, but I cannot see that if my primary basin needs to be dredged, that we have to pay for that as individuals of that subdivision.
Okay, well, thank you for getting involved. Let me just say that, you know, but I do need to say that, you know, these SSAs are created in the beginning when a subdivision is platted, because quite often the developer ends up walking away or the
I
homeowners.
understand that, but that storm sewer drainage is now a public thing, and you know, they built on more houses down there. Ours no longer drain properly because of it, and we're gonna be held responsible for fixing that.
So let me just kind of continue on where I was going, but it's the city's obligation to make sure that we do maintain this, somehow it gets maintained. And so I guess what I want to leave you with here is thanks for getting involved and thanks for participating, but please come back, because we're going to have more conversation about the stormwater utility, and most likely what we're going to hear from the general public, and I don't know where it's going to go and who's going to be in favor for it and who's going to be against it, but most likely what we're going to hear from the general public is we don't want our taxes increased. And the only way we can afford to maintain our public infrastructure is with money. So there may be some discussion about how we're going to fund the stormwater utility.
Should be a part of the general budget.
That's the discussion that we're going to have. So that's why I'm asking you to, you know, don't just leave here tonight thinking, okay, well, we're going to deny these things so everybody's happy. come
No, I
back
know
to a
it has
meeting
to
when
be
we're
paid
talking about the
for.
stormwater
I
utilities.
understand that it has to be paid for, but like I said, I have lived in another state the other half of my life and have never seen where areas were assessed, special assessments to maintain public areas.
Okay.
And there are people who come in, my neighbor was pointing out, into those areas that are less deep than ours, the ones that stay dry, and they're used by soccer from all over. Those people come, our streets are clogged up with cars for these soccer things, and we're supposed to pay to maintain those. So, I just, you know,
All right, thank you.
and sooner or later, ours is gonna cost more money, and like I said, nobody addresses those.
Well, we've got them all over the town that are gonna need some maintenance here some way, sometime, somehow, so,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, so, where
There's
did we
a
leave that one?
motion and a second.
We do have a motion in a second?
May I just
Alderman
say
O'Brien.
something also? As Dave said, thank you for being involved, thank you for coming down to give us your opinions and your ideas. I would ask you also, just recently we had, the governor was going to take our share of the LGDF fund, the Local Government Distribution Fund. That is our money, not the council's money, but the city's money that the governor was going to take. It's still kind of up in the air, so I would ask you all to kindly pay attention in the paper and see what's going on, and come down again and to write your local representatives in our state government, because that is going to be a direct piece of damage done to our quality of life here in the city. When the federal government shuts down, we have a couple of months of still life as usual. State government shuts down, we have a couple of weeks. Municipal government shuts down, it happens to us immediately. Our quality of life deteriorates. And so I would ask you, when that does come up again, to be involved, to write your letters to your local representatives, please.
And Alderman O'Brien, that impact of, if that money gets taken away from us, that comes right out of the general fund.
Absolutely. And our governor was looking to cut 50% of it. It would have been an excess of over $1 million. It's just, it's unthinkable that he would think to do that to us. Not only to be political with Governor Rauner, but it just affects us directly. And so please, stay involved.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Please come up and use the mic.
Good evening. Tom Stanfa, 1639 Derby Drive. Lived here a good 20 years. I have kind of a question that I'd like to get clarified, if I may. Back in November, when this was being addressed, I don't know if it was the superintendent of public works, but somebody mentioned that all the retention areas are interdependent on each other. Was that correct?
I don't think they're not in.
Well,
no.
what was kind of said was that each retention area kind of worked off the other in high floods. It was alluded to.
Okay.
And that's my question. Is that so?
I mean, Gary, you want to answer that?
I think from a broad picture, the whole system works as a whole to control stormwater.
Okay, that was, I think, what you kind of said or alluded to in that fact. So if, in a grand scheme of things, if one of the dominoes is taken out of the loop, that could affect the others, correct? Okay, so from that standpoint, my point is, then why is one subdivision having to worry about this problem when you're saying that every retention area is dependent upon the other one, which means to me that we should be looking at spreading this out amongst all subdivisions, as opposed to 5
Well,
or 6.
Gary or Scott, maybe one of you can comment on that, but I can tell you, my recollection is we are looking at them all, and that's part of what we're going to be looking at with the stormwater utility. But the other thing is, too, is there's a lot of them, the staff brought to us their recommendation, we batted it around a little bit, And what we decided was any subdivision that we're spending $1,000 or more are the ones that we should look at now. If we're spending less than $1,000, then maybe we can look at those later on down the road, but it's not really worth the paperwork and the time and the effort to do that. Would you agree with that, Scott?
Maybe you're missing my question.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
All I'm trying to say is, if these are interdependent, that means everybody, every subdivision needs to work together, correct?
Sure.
Then why should 4 or 5 or 2 or 1 subdivision have to burden the load when you could spread it out amongst a whole community?
Dave, some homeowners associations are paying for their own maintenance. So there are some subdivisions that are.
Well, that's a thing they probably went into knowing up front, correct?
I can't say on every subdivision.
For the rest of us, we walked into this, as far as we knew, not having to worry about it. But that's another story, okay? I'm not worried about those particular subdivisions. If there's a problem and they're paying for it, then why hasn't the council then said something to them like, how come you got stuck with this? You know, I'm not trying to be funny. All I'm asking is for equitable taxing, not picking on 5 people. All right, that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dave, I have a question.
Susan?
And Roman can probably address this. I appreciate that the homeowners brought in part of the property tax code. And I just need some clarification because to the best of my recollection, as we've discussed this 2 years ago and then again last year and most recently in November, these are backup SSAs that are already in place. This is not a new SSA. We're not expanding on the SSA. We're not doing anything other than taking what the subdivision developer, if they had a homeowners association and it went defunct, now the backup SSA is there to be able to create income, that's not the right word, but the ability to pay to maintain those areas. And so it's very similar to a homeowners association like in Dan's subdivision or in Tanglewood where they pay to be able to have the green spaces kept. So it's just, if there was still a homeowners association, the residents would be paying into the homeowners association to have those areas maintained. Since the homeowners association has gone defunct, we're now going to enact, and actually we're not, but we were going to enact the backup SSA, which has been in place ever since those subdivisions were platted. Is that correct, Roman? I mean, am I thinking through that right? Because as I read this, this doesn't apply.
I'll let Scott address that first, and whatever you want to, I can follow
Sure.
up on, so.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, the city has had a variety of different types of detention basins built. We have some that the city owns outright. We have some that are owned by the various property owners individually. Their property lines go through the basin and they maintain their proportionate section. We have some that are maintained by the homeowners association and they pay association dues to maintain that. So we have a whole variety of them over the years. Currently, what we do is when we get a new subdivision, Tanglewood is the most recent example that we can throw at you. There are basins created, and the basins are owned and maintained by the homeowners association. What we do in those circumstances, we create a backup special service areas that if the association dissolves, doesn't maintain their basins, we can activate that SSA and then levy a tax that would pay for that maintenance. So we don't need to levy those, but the SSA is there as a backup just in case we should have to do that. In the case of these subdivisions, there is already an SSA. It's already done. It's already enacted. It's already in place. The only thing we were doing is levying the actual tax. From what the city attorney has told us is prior when we were deciding to enact these was that we do not need to go through the formal process to create an SSA in order to enact that tax. So all we were doing was imposing a levy that is already on an existing special service area on these subdivisions. And the idea behind that was that they would pay their share of maintaining that basin. Otherwise, everybody within the city is paying for maintenance of those basins. One of the things that we talked about recently our staff recommendation is to deny these because there's no point in doing these. These are for a levy that's already, passed here. But one of the things we wanted to talk about more is, the whole philosophy of this. We had, direction from the committee to go ahead with these. Then the committee decided to table it to chew on it a little bit more and see if they had different opinions. But, we want to talk about this also in relation to the stormwater ordinance. Depending on how we enact this stormwater ordinance, it could or could not include some of the maintenance of some of these basins. I don't believe at this point we're talking about the mowing part of it being covered under the stormwater fee. But that's, certainly something that can be discussed as we go through that process.
Okay, so then the second part of my question would be, if we don't enact the SSAs,
Levy.
levies, right, if we don't enact the backup SSA levy part of this, and the city, since it's not our property, stops mowing it
No,
and
these are
maintaining
our,
it.
these ones are actually city property. We did take ownership of them in these cases. And in these subdivisions, there never was a homeowners association either. This is back in the days when, there were no, homeowners associations were not that common, and the SSA was kind of the mechanism to pay for them if we had to. Typically you would activate those as soon as the subdivision was built and we accepted those properties, but that did not happen in this case.
So,
In these cases, I should say.
okay, thank you.
In the converse, then, could we give the land back to the community where, give the land back to the neighbors, and then they can choose to levy their own homeowners association, much like I do in my neighborhood, to maintain this property.
The difficulty, obviously, is right now, it's always harder to implement a homeowners association after the fact, because you're gonna have some people that are gonna hold out perhaps and say, well, I don't wanna be part of that association and pay, a dues for that, because they don't have.
There
that
seems to be
established association.
cohesion with these groups. If they're able to get 51% together, it sounds like they could actually form an HOA if they'd like to.
It may not include every single property owner perhaps, but, they could do that, and, the city could deed those over to the association, absolutely.
Okay, that's good to know. Thanks.
Okay, Marty?
I think as the gentleman said, it's about equity. I think when these were created, we were in a different place. And I think we probably did just rush a little too quick and try to find the easiest thing to do, which was put it into place. But right now, if we just look at it as what is the best opportunity to make it fairer to everyone, because this doesn't cover every single area that's out there. We did arbitrarily pick the $1,000 mark, so why not take this opportunity to rethink where we're at and have a discussion and work out a better solution than something that was determined years ago?
Yeah, and keep in mind that these were all imposed at the time the subdivisions were created with the annexation agreements, and those agreements had that in there. So they were, before the people moved in, the SSA was there, it was on their tax bill, it was on their title policy and all that stuff. So it was there was just no levy enacted at that time.
Yeah, just to flesh out a little bit what you said, Scott, what you just said, yeah, when these homeowners purchased their property, the SSA was already established, it was part of their title policy. The SSA will lay out what it covers and what it does not cover. And and for our position, from my recollection, is that when we looked at the statute that was cited, is in those SSAs when they're originally established, there's a rate listed in the SSA saying the tax will not exceed X percentage. So when you're looking at the rate increase, if, let's say the SSA is at 5% of the assessed value, if we wanted to raise that to 7%, then we would need to go through the whole process again. But since we're just levying the taxes, there's no need to go through the whole process again. We could just levy the taxes. So that's the position from our research and our findings, looking at the statute, so.
And that's what we, as staff, were going with, was the attorney's recommendations, so.
Okay, so it was good to hear everything, but bottom line is we're gonna recommend denial of everything tonight on these 5 ordinances. I talked with Scott earlier, and we're gonna have conversation about the stormwater utility, starting tomorrow night at the next committee meeting. We're gonna continue on with our stormwater utility conversation and have another meeting, I forget when it is, sometime in June, I believe. And Scott and I talked tonight, and what we'd like to do is plan on a meeting in July 14th, to actually have more conversation about specifically these types of SSAs. Got something else?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that I know it's a lot to read in this document, so that's why I put this link down here. It was just too much to print to bring the whole thing to pass out. But I also wanted to go back to the point that it does say here, and we're not saying you can't create an SSA, and we all know that that's on our tax bills. What we're saying here is the state says that the district shall not be created or enlarged, or the tax shall not be levied. Okay, it says right there, the tax shall not be levied or imposed, nor the tax rate increased. So I think that's pretty clear. To go from 0 to $100 is what this is protecting homeowners against.
Well, we'll certainly ask legal to check into this before we get to that point again, obviously.
So those
Sooner the better.
are important words of levying the tax, and I think were important to this statute.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you. Okay, we got a motion, one more?
Good evening. Bill Fox, 1103 Scheidler Drive in Batavia. I just wanted to bring two facts that were in the news recently to the attention of the council. The first one is that the individual taxpayer's burden in Illinois for 2014 went from $43,000 to $45,000. The second is that for the 5th consecutive year, Illinois ranked in the top 5 of states where people are moving out of. Thank you.
Good evening, Louis Sita, 1019 Scheidler, Normandy Estates subdivision. First of all, thank you. You guys have a nasty job to do. You're never going to make anybody happy, but you have to do what you need to do. We all understand that. We know you need to do work and you need money to be able to do the work. We get that. A couple things were stated, and I'd just like to clarify them because I think it sets people's mind off to a certain direction when obviously we perhaps have a different perspective on things. Somebody mentioned that the SSAs were put there in the event that a developer were to go bankrupt. Made sense when everybody was setting all of this up. You needed an avenue to be able to secure money to finish whatever you needed to finish to the benefit of the community. Made sense. Doesn't apply to what we're talking about here tonight from my perspective. Somebody else said that the SSA was there to benefit should a homeowners association go defunct. Again, makes sense, at least for SSA 14. Doesn't apply. We never had a homeowners association. You also indicated that there was a $1,000 arbitrary threshold. SSA 14, you estimated $900 per year. So at least from our perspective, it really doesn't apply to Normandy Estates. But the biggest thing, and please keep this in mind as you try to work through this process, realize that the people who benefit should be paying for the burden. We realize that. Not everybody in Normandy Estates are the only beneficiaries of what happens with that retention pond. Frankly, the one by Normandy Estates, it's an embarrassment. Hopefully you guys will take a look at it. You got a tree falling down, been there for a month. It's full of weeds. I'm hoping somebody's gonna realize that, according to the other woman, she's been taking care of her little area. Perhaps somebody should take another look at what is being done as you work through the process. We understand that means time, money, effort. That's part of the job. We accept that. But please keep in mind that if everybody is going to benefit in Batavia by whatever is going on with these retention ponds, they should all be burdened. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Atak?
No.
Stark?
No.
Transit?
No.
Wolf?
No.
Fisher?
No.
O'Brien?
No.
Callahan?
No.
Homan?
No.
Sam?
No.
Boderman?
No.
Saron?
No.
McFadden?
No.
Brown?
No.
Rosado?
No.
Okay, ordinance 14-60 has been denied. Item number 17, Alderman Haytek.
I move we adopt ordinance 14-61, levy ordinance for SSA number 8, Fox Trail South subdivision.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second by Alderman Haytek and Alderman Stark. Roll call, please.
Atak?
No.
Stark?
No.
Transit?
No.
Wolf?
No.
Fisher?
No.
O'Brien?
No.
Callahan?
No.
Homan?
No.
Sam?
No.
Boderman?
No.
Saron?
No.
McFadden?
No.
Brown?
No.
Rosado?
No.
Motion's denied. Item number 18, ordinance 14-62, Alderman Haytek.
I move we adopt ordinance 14-62, levy ordinance for SSA number 14, Normandy subdivision.
Second.
Motion by Haytek, second by Stark. Roll call, please.
Atak?
No.
Stark?
No.
Transit?
No.
Wolf?
No.
Fisher?
No.
O'Brien.
No.
Callahan.
No.
Homan.
No.
Sam.
No.
Boderman.
No.
Saron.
No.
McFadden.
No.
Brown.
No.
Rusado.
No.
Motion for ordinance 1462 is denied. Next item is item number 19, Alderman Atack.
I move we adopt ordinance 14-63 levy ordinance for SSA number 19 Prairie Trail subdivision.
Second?
Motion by Atack, second by Stark. Roll call, please.
Atack.
No.
Stark.
No.
Jansit.
No.
Wolf.
No.
Fisher.
No.
O'Brien.
No.
Callahan.
No.
Homan.
No.
Sam.
No.
Boderman.
No.
Saron.
No.
McFadden.
No.
Brown.
No.
Rusado.
No.
Motion is denied. Item number 20, ordinance 14-64, Alderman Atack.
I move we adopt ordinance 14-64 levy ordinance for SSA number 25 Prairie Trails West subdivision.
Second?
Motion by Atack, second by Stark. Roll call.
Atack.
No.
Stark.
No.
Jansit.
No.
Wolf.
No.
Fisher.
No.
O'Brien.
No.
Callahan.
No.
Homan.
No.
Sam.
No.
Boderman.
No.
Saron.
No.
McFadden.
No.
Brown.
No.
Rusado.
No.
Ordinance 1464 has been denied also. So we will have conversation, like I mentioned, starting tomorrow evening, or not starting tomorrow evening, we're continuing our conversation about stormwater ordinance or utility tomorrow evening, but specifically into regard of these SSAs. At this point in time, we will be speaking specifically about these on July 14th, unless something comes up between now and then where I guess you could say it's deemed that we don't want to have any further conversation about them. So please stay in touch and come on down and listen in and join in on the conversation about the stormwater utilities. It will be at a committee meeting. Committee meetings are much like the city council meeting, where it's the only time that we, the 14 of us, can sit here and talk in a legal setting. So, and I happen to run those meetings. So we try to keep it where the committee can sit here and just kind of batter things back and forth. We talk with staff. Staff does their presentation. We ask staff questions. They'll answer them. We'll ask them to get us more information if that's the case. And then we always open it up to the public too, to, hear what you've got to say and what your concerns are, because that quite often helps us in what our thinking is too. So please join in. Okay, we're going to move on then to item number 21, resolution 15-62-R, and Alderman Wolf.
Actually, we're gonna do resolution 15-60-R, G.
One we moved.
That we moved out of,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll take that one first.
Okay.
This would be, resolution 15-60-R, designating alternate A as the preferred design alternate for the reconstruction of Main Street. There's the picture. For anybody that wasn't there that might have questions, or any comments or anything you've heard since.
I have one question.
Lucy?
The sidewalk on the north side is 5 to 6 feet, and we're talking about, and the south side is 5 feet. Are we definitely going with 5 feet on both sides? Because that's kind of what the memo says.
The variation in width comes in towards the west and east ends in the commercial areas. So, through the residential areas, which is where a lot of the conversation had occurred at committee, the intent is to have 5-foot sidewalks. The commercial areas at each end, though, there are some areas where the
Okay.
sidewalk gets wider.
I think the way the design was is that first half block off of Davie Avenue.
All right,
was 6 feet.
I didn't remember.
And then
All
the
right.
last block or
Right.
so, I think, is about 6 feet.
And is that where the high school sidewalk widens? Does that widen there?
No, this is
No,
still,
it's talking
that's
about
also
down.
township there, that
Yeah.
from Van
Okay.
Ortwick to the high school is township. Or most of it is.
Did we want to bring this off of the consent agenda tonight, just to make sure that we're all clear on this? Is that the idea, why it was taken off consent?
I don't know why it was taken off. It was just an email that was sent out.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was never placed on the consent agenda. It was meant to be placed on the regular agenda to begin with.
So we
Supposed
can
to
talk
go on the
about it.
regular agenda, and somehow it ended up
Out of
on
committee.
consent.
Got it,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Nobody else has any questions, or the public wants to comment, I will make the motion that we,
Alan?
what?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought he was coming up.
I will make the motion that we approve ordinance, or resolution 15-60-R designating alternate A as the preferred design alternate for the reconstruction of Main Street.
Motion by Wolf, second by Bodeman, Holman, for resolution 15-60-R, designating alternate A. Roll call, please.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Holman?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Surratt?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Rusado?
Aye.
Atak?
Aye.
Stark?
Aye.
Chanzit?
Aye.
Motion's carried. All right, now we'll move on to item number 21 and 22.
Yes. Number 21 is resolution 15-62-R, rescinding resolution 15-44-R, and authorizing the execution of a local agency agreement for federal participation in safe routes to school crosswalk improvements at Hart Road, Redant Road, and Larkspur, Wagner Road, and the Illinois Prairie Path Project with the Illinois Department of Transportation. Basically, this first one is rescinding another one because of something legal that's not right. And the state doesn't allow us just to change that. We have to rescind the resolution and go back and do it again.
Okay, we got a motion by Wolf. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by McFadden. Roll call, please.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan? Holman?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Surratt?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Rusado?
Aye.
Atak?
Aye.
Stark?
Aye.
Chanzit?
Aye.
Motion's approved for resolution 15-62-R. Alderman Wolf.
This is resolution 15-63-R, authorizing execution of the construction engineering services agreement for federal participation in the safe routes to school crosswalk improvements at Hart Road, Redant Road, Larkspur, Wagner Road, and at the Illinois Prairie Path Project with H.R. Green. I'll make that motion, and I'd also like to say that this is some of the best grant money that we've got to get things done like this. It's provided bridges over on Hart Road, a lot of stuff that's been done, and making some real safe pathways to school, so can get people to walk and ride bikes to school and not have to clog up the schools with cars every morning and every afternoon.
Second.
So we got a motion by Wolf, second by Holman. Thank you very much for bringing that up also, because it's always good to hear about the grant money we get. Roll call, please.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Holman?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Surratt?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Rusado?
Aye.
Atak?
Aye.
Stark?
Aye.
Chanzit?
Aye.
Resolution 15-63-R is carried. Okay, we'll move on then to item number 23. And that is Alderman Stark.
That is Alderman Stark. Resolution is a permit that we needed from IDOT for the 2015 triathlon road closure. It has been approved by the state of Illinois, and so I make the motion that we approve Resolution 1565R, seeking permit from IDOT for 2015 triathlon road closure.
Second.
Motion by Stark, second by McFadden. Roll call, please.
Stark?
Aye.
Chanzit?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Holman?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Surratt?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Rusado?
Aye.
Atak?
Aye.
Resolution 15-65-R is carried. Item number 24. Flip my pages here. Alderman O'Brien.
This is Resolution 15-66-R, directing staff to cease negotiations for acquisition of additional property and to direct the city's engineering consultant to commence with design of the on-site wastewater treatment facility improvements. Any discussion? We've all discussed this plenty of times, in great detail. Does anybody have any comments?
I have one question. Gary, exactly what are the repercussions potentially from the EPA for us doing absolutely nothing on this? Are they lined out? Are they spelled out? Are they hypothetical?
Sure, the treatment plant, in a large sense, is governed by the Federal Clean Water Act. And the federal EPA tells the state of Illinois EPA essentially to enforce regulations. The state of Illinois, EPA issues a National Pollution Discharge Elimination System, which is a long fancy way, NPDES permit to us. And under the terms of that permit, we have to meet certain discharge criteria. We could thumb our nose at that, or stick up our nose at that permit. The EPA in turn can fine us. The EPA in turn can say that Batavia, you can have no new permits, thus essentially shutting down all development in town. You know, we can face some pretty stiff, not only financial, but also kind of operational and community, you know, penalties by doing that. Plus, not to mention just the press of Batavia not being a good environmental steward. You know, we don't care about the discharge that we put out. We don't want to make the improvements. So, you know, the heck with the quality of the Fox River. You know, the Batavia says they don't want to do anything. So that's another whole aspect to it too. And of course, we don't want to go there. We want to be good environmental stewards. In fact, the cleanest water in the Fox River on many days is coming out of the treatment plants. So.
And the reason I asked that question is just because of the fact that it's a federal mandate, basically, unfunded mandate. It's an executive order that was signed by the current administration that is forcing our hand to do this. And if that administration were to change in a couple of years and this were to go away, I would hate to see us get down the road of spending this kind of money if we didn't need to. Now, that said, I know if the consequences are that serious, then I get it, so.
And the Clean Water Act is from the 1970s. So, I mean, this isn't anything new. The Clean Water Act and the regulations that we operate under have been around for 40 years. On the stormwater side, we have what's called the MS4 program, the Municipal Storm Sewer Collection System. That, like in 1992, has finally started to be implemented from Clean Water Act legislation from the 70s. These things don't happen quickly, and the state of Illinois has historically been behind virtually every other state because, as is stated, for a lot of the same reasons, we're a very strong political state, and as a very strong political state, we exert our will, and we don't necessarily want to follow regulations, therefore we kind of tend to lag behind other states. And we're finally kind of getting caught up in that now, and now we're kind of being told, you better follow the regulations, and that's where we're at. And so now here we are, literally since the 70s, having to now follow these regulations.
Any other comments?
Mike, I just want to say that I want to thank staff for working as hard as they did to try to give us all the options that they could for us to make the decisions we need to make here tonight to go this route. It's, I guess, all I have to say.
Well, I was just going to say also, I mean, we've been doing this for a couple of years now, discussing this, and I think everyone knows I've been following this pretty much, and I just want to thank staff again for all their efforts. I think, you know, Batavia Enterprises was working with staff in a very professional manner, as Gary had alluded to, and they just couldn't come together. I mean, there's just a lot of things on that property other than contamination that was just going to cost a great deal of money. And there's the bedrock, and it was just too much money for us. And Batavia Enterprises, I believe, was going to offer it for free to us, just give it to us. But just the remediation and digging through the bedrock would have been just too cost prohibitive. And so we couldn't come to terms with Batavia Enterprises, but I do want to thank them also for at least for trying to get this together, because it's just for the future that we kind of needed this property, but it just, the money was just too great. And it's decisions we make here today for 20, 30, 40 years from now. And so I just want to, I think, you know, it's been a long drawn-out affair, and enough said with that. I just want to at least put it out there for the record that our staff worked in earnest, as did Batavia Enterprises, for the betterment of our community, and obviously we just couldn't get it done. So I'll make a motion, we pass resolution 15-66-R, directing staff to cease negotiations for acquisition of additional property and to direct the city's engineering consultant to commence with design of the on-site wastewater treatment facility improvements.
Second.
Motion by O'Brien, second by Callahan. Any other comments on this? Roll call, please.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Homan?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Musado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Stark.
Aye.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Motion for Resolution 15-66 has carried. Okay, per the consent agenda, or per the change in the agenda, I guess we're not to that point yet. We'll go on to committee reports. Alderman Atack.
Yes. I'm sorry, I don't have it right here. Oh, here it is, okay. CDC will talk about streetscape under CDC tomorrow night, May 19th, at the Committee of the Whole meeting. There's a Plan Commission meeting at 7 o'clock on May 20th, which is Wednesday. And Historic Preservation will meet June 8th at 7, I believe. And that's it.
Thank you. Scott, was Plan Commission canceled? Plan Commission was
Oh,
canceled.
it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Stark.
Government Services tomorrow night will discuss wage and salary technical changes, Bulldog Cellar liquor license, and committee's discussion. And then on May 26th at 6 o'clock, we will be reviewing HR director candidates, followed by a closed session. And then we will have a code amendment, which is tentative for also the 26th. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Alderman Wolf.
On tomorrow night's agenda, we have stormwater utility presentation, and then on the 26th, we have contract for registration as a tentative discussion.
Thank you. Alderman O'Brien, anything on the public utilities?
Yes, tomorrow night, May 19th, we have wastewater treatment, task order 7. And on June 9th, we have the water and sewer rate discussion.
Okay, thank you. Now, per the change in the agenda, we're going to go on to other business, which I don't believe there is any. And then we are going to skip the mayor's report. I have nothing. I'm not the mayor. But as I mentioned, he is at a CMAP function tonight, which I talked to him earlier today, and he was very apologetic for not being here tonight. But as you know, a lot of our funding comes from CMAP or through CMAP, so it's very important that he's there instead of here. So, motion to adjourn. Alderman, who's the next in seniority now? Alderman Wolf.